Okay, well, this is my first video. Sped this up just a little bit and talk through a ride with the group that I went with this morning on my first ever Breakfast Club ride. They actually picked it up, there's my building on the right, at Pete Terry's in Austin and South Lamar. And we're going to head out to 360 and come back and then cut through Westlake and pop out kind of where Redbud hits and goes back downtown for a coffee shop. So we just there rode through Zilker Park, home of ACL, or at least it will be again once we get past this COVID. And I'm probably, I don't know, there's probably about 10 so people in front of me here. We've got about 50 or 60 people in the group. It's huge. This is rolling wood, and it pretty much separates everybody right away. So the camera's going crazy there because I got up on the pedals to get up a hill, and just trying to work my way kind of near the front. I don't know where they're going. I don't want to be on the front, but it's better to be closer to the front than in the middle or the back, just because there's less people that can fall down in front of you that could cause an issue. And also, you always want somebody in front of you to block the wind. It saves about 25 or 30% of the energy, although maybe at these speeds it's not that much. But we have climbed rolling wood, and now we're kind of going a little bit down through that particular neighborhood. And we're going to end up at a stoplight, and we're going to be crossing over Bee Caves Road. And we'll get to that later, but from another direction. So this guy right in front of me in the black, man, that guy is freaking strong. He basically led the entire time, didn't have anybody in front of him to hide the wind, and he was just pulling away from all of us. Although I do think they could probably do a better job of calling out road hazards. I don't know that anybody ever did that when they were on the front. Going up kind of a side road here, and we're going to end up popping out near Westlake High School. But this is a normal route for me. When I go to 360, this is exactly what I'm doing. Same exact route. And the only thing that was really different is on all the way back, when we cut through Westlake, that's a new one for me. There's some roads that maybe I've been on once, but I definitely don't know them well enough to have any idea where the corners or turns are. But that'll be a little bit later in the video. Okay, more climbing there. Anytime you see me wobble around, it's obviously a little bit steeper or enough that I need to kind of keep up with these guys in the front. And we were about to go to Westlake High School. There it is. It's on the right-hand side here. We got a couple of pretty famous quarterbacks that I think came out of that high school. Drew Brees and I don't know who the other guy is. He was an MVP for one of the Super Bowls for the Eagles whenever they won. So they don't win that often. You should know who it is. I don't. All right, we're at 360. We're heading north here. We got a bit of a tailwind. I'm sure at this point that the group is completely spread out because there's up through Rolling Wood, those hills kind of separate everybody. And going north on 360 is awesome because it's mostly downhill. There's a little bit of uphill, but really not that much. Of course, we're going to come back the same direction, which is quite a bit more effort. We're about to be to Bee Caves Road. Again, we crossed over that earlier in the neighborhood. And we are getting to it right here. That's the exit for it. When we come back, we're going to turn on this road, go to the right. Come from the direction, we'll go left. So this is a really nice hill we're about to go down. Big drop and fairly steep. You'll definitely know that when you're coming up. So we're probably getting to 46 miles an hour or something like that down this hill. And we've got to continue up now. So these guys that are riding around here, these are all guys that pretty much stayed in the front the whole time. Unfortunately, 2 of them went down. At the very end of this video, we'll see that 2 of them touched wheels and one ran over the other one. So we've just climbed up the hill that we just went down, but it's pretty gradual. And we're about to go down another, it's not that really big of a hill, but it sure is nice because you can hold a lot of speed all the way down to Westlake Drive. It's a really awesome ride because you got beautiful houses all over in the hill country on either side. And riding in a group this size, we're extremely visible to the cars, so they know we're there, which is nice. But yeah, you see everyone just kind of constantly moving around. It's rare that you kind of stay in the same position because everybody's kind of feeling it differently for that day, and it might feel good on one hill and not another hill, or maybe they're trying to avoid something or pull something out of their jersey pocket. So this is one of the bigger hills here. This is going down to Pennybacker Bridge. Now we just passed Westlake Drive, and this is a lot of fun. This is the one hill that I went down where I've got the fastest so far. Got up to like 52 miles an hour. Oh, look at all that glass. We just passed a massive patch of glass. We heard that some folks behind us, one of them hit it, and the piece of glass was like 2 inches large. It cut into his tire. So this is a courtyard. Going left is a massive climb. This is horrible light to get stuck at. It takes forever. So we got past that. And now we're passing over 2222, which is another road that goes out to Lake Travis. It's actually, you really can't bike it. The shoulder is extremely rough. There's debris all over, and there's a gigantic hill with no shoulder, and you're not going to want to climb up that hill. So really, it's not a good riding road, but 360 is really nice. And there's other ways to get out to the lake without taking 2222. So most of this right here is fairly flat. We're getting almost to the turnaround point on 360. We're getting stopped at all these lights. This guy in the red right here with the white shorts, he's one of them that goes down. I'm not sure who crossed whose wheels, but later he's going to end up on the ground. He actually has a flat tire because of going down, and he's not able to continue the ride with us, but hopefully he's okay. I'm trying to see where the other guy is. He's kind of wearing an aqua jersey, and those are the 2 guys that got tangled up in just a little bit. Actually, that's going to be the last thing that's on this video because that's the recording time I had. At this point, we're actually trying to slope up slightly, and it's just kind of, it's not really that steep, but it's constantly up. And you got to kind of stick with it. I mean, you'll see I'm rarely at the front, and then here I'm not. Look at this. I'm behind this guy, making him pull me back. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm trying to get up to these front guys. Eventually, I think somebody else passes. Here we go. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. Oh, maybe not yet. Maybe this guy in front of me eventually caught back up. Maybe that's what happened. But I'm not usually willing to put all this work in without really knowing the group and how far we're going to go. But this was great. This is the first time we did this ride, so I know a little bit more about the people riding it and where it went and kind of the effort level they put in. So we just do a turn around here and just wait for a lot of the other folks to come up the hill to meet us. If they see that we've already made it to the top of the hill, they tell the slower people to make a turn further down at this light we're about to get to so they don't have to ride as far, and we can try to stay together. This is really nice little downhill here. Goes downhill for quite a while, which is the same stuff we just climbed up for quite a while. There's that aqua colored jersey up there on the left. So these 4 guys, we got to get to one more light. There's 4 guys that get away from us. These are the 4 right here. And eventually they get to a spot and 2 guys go down. I start yelling because I see it happening when we're about maybe 50 yards behind them, and they're all sprawled out over the ground by the time we get up next to them. And we go around. I'll wait for just a little bit, but once we know that everyone's okay, we kind of move on. Here we go. Got to catch up to these guys in front, although we don't actually do it. We've got a train here of about 4 other guys trying to catch him. There they are on the ground. So he was all right.